Hey everyone, I am here to cover E3 Day 1. Now, before I start this, I must say that this is E3 Day 1 pretty much, but it's not really the pretty much on-floor stuff. So, it's no coverage of stuff that's actually on floor. This is pretty much the press conferences. So, there was three press conferences today. One was Microsoft, one was EA, and one was Ubisoft. Now, I'm going to briefly talk about each one. Now, let's go with Microsoft. Microsoft usually has a good showing. This year, it was good, but not as good as most years. It was good. I'll say it right now. They showed a lot of stuff. They showed Metal Gear Solid Rising. That's the big one that I think they showed. Now, I'm not a big Metal Gear Solid fan, but they showed that it's badass. Okay? Best sword combat in a game ever. Sorry. I'm just going to say it right there. Best sword combat ever. If you saw the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. It looks awesome. Probably one of my most anticipated games. One of my most, I would say probably the most surprising game of E3 so far, because I'm not really a big Metal Gear Solid fan, and I thought it was just going to be freaking stealth. But it looks like it's more than stealth. It looks like it's badass. Not just, snake, snake, snake! No, it's not that, alright? So that was awesome. Halo Reach, they showed some single-player campaign, and I gotta admit, some of it was badass, okay? They showed a part where you're in I forgot what fucking vehicle it is, but you're in space and you're in a vehicle, and it's so big and it looks so beautiful. I can't wait for Halo Reach. Single-player looks amazing. Okay? Again, it looks like it's a single-player game where it's not really focused on the story, it looks like. Halo has a good story, I think so, but it looks like it's a prequel, so we already know what happens to Reach, so if you read anything on Halo ODST or Halo 3, like they talk about it a little bit, then you know what happens to Reach, or at least you get a little bit of what happened to Reach, so yeah. Anyway, I know Gears of War 3, they showed some more. It looks really good. Gears of War is a great series. So they showed a lot. They showed a Lament Brumac, I think. No, not a Lament Brumac. A Lament Berserker, which is pretty much a freaking badass Berserker with tentacles. And it was awesome. And 4-player co-op, which looks amazing. And they also announced the 360 Slim. And here's the big announcement. Now, you're probably going, oh, they announced it. They even showed it. And it looks beautiful. It looks so shiny and awesome. Now, here's the big announcement. You probably already noticed if you heard today. But pretty much people were like, alright, he's going to tell us the release date. So it's going to come out, November, October. He said it is releasing right now. It's coming out right now, and everybody in that press conference gets a free Xbox 360 Slim. So everybody out there that's listening to this, when you're coming back to E3 or something and you got a free Xbox 360 Slim, fuck you, okay? I hate you, okay? I hate you. I do hate you, okay? If you're listening to this somehow for some reason, then fuck you, alright? I'm pretty sure none of you are listening because you have a 360 Slim, so you're probably looking at it and touching it, but whatever. Let's go on to the if I have to give the Microsoft press conference a score, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Very good, but not as good as all the other times. Alright, let's go to the EA conference. EA had a decent one. They talked more about Battlefield and Medal of Honor. I'll talk about Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor looks just like Battlefield. It looks like Battlefield Bad Company mixed with Call of Duty. And that should be a mixture for success, but it looks just like a carbon copy. And that's kind of sad, seeing that Medal of Honor has been out longer than Call of Duty. Yeah, it's been out longer than Call of Duty. I think it's been out the same time as Battlefield, but I'm not really sure about that. But, it's sad that it looks like a copy, but it still looks good. Don't get me wrong. It looks really, really good. It's just, Also, I'm doing this on the top of my head, so if I forget a couple things, but, whatever. I'm just talking about the stuff that I just remembered on the top of my head that's actually memorable. They also talked about this gun store thing for Battlefield, where you could sign up, and the new Battlefield expansion's coming out. You can sign up and you get free guns from things you do. It's cool, whatever. They also announced the Battlefield Bad Company 2 expansion, Vietnam. That's awesome. They didn't show much of that, but they showed a little bit. Not much. They also showed Bulletstorm, and this game is probably one of my most anticipated games of E3. I know I said that for Metal Gear, but this one is also makers of Gears of War, Cliff Bleszinski, or Cliffy B. I'm calling him Cliffy B. I don't care. Wow, that game looks awesome. Imagine, let's say, imagine just a regular FPS, except it's awesome. I don't know how to explain it. It's pretty much, you kill people with style, with guns, and you get point. I can't explain. You have to look for a trailer. It looks awesome, though. Okay? So that's E3, I mean E3, that's EA. I can't think of anything else that really came out, but if it's important, then you'll definitely tell me in the bottom. But I need to get on to the Ubisoft one, which just ended, and it's clear in my mind. Alright. Oh, I forgot. EA, I'm gonna give EA, it was pretty good, I have to admit. It was a little boring in parts, and they showed a lot of freaking, working out stuff, and, like, Natel, which I didn't talk, or Kinetic, whatever they want to call it, which I didn't talk about in the 360 one, in the Microsoft one, because I didn't want to, because it bored the shit out of me. But it's technically impressive, I'll tell you that. And they showed a lot of EA Sports Active and stuff, health stuff for EA also. It's technically great, but it was kind of boring, so I didn't really want to talk about it in the Microsoft one. I did remember, I just didn't really want to talk about it. So bring it up right there, I guess. So yeah, I give a 7.5 out of 10 for the EA one. Let's go into Ubisoft one, which, to be honest, bored the living crap out of me. I swear. They showed a lot of arcade games. They showed Assassin's Creed 2. They showed Assassin's Creed Brotherhood gameplay, which actually looks really fun. It looks really good. They started off with this game called, I forgot, Eden something. I forgot. It looks like Rez mixed with. It's like Rez. It's just like Rez. I don't know how else to explain it. It looks like Rez, a sequel to Rez, and it looks fun. It looks good. It looks intriguing. What else? Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It looks good. They also showed Ghost Recon, what the hell? Future Soldier, I think it's called. And that looks great. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big Ghost Recon fan. I usually don't like Ghost Recon. But I have to admit, this looks amazing. The trailer is amazing. Another one of my highly anticipated games of this year. I know I have a lot of those, but really it looks fantastic. You have to go see the trailer. A lot of stealth and a lot of badassery. Okay, and the last one worth mentioning to me was Rayman is coming back for the arcade. Awesome. Okay, now they also showed some stuff like laser tag peripherals and stuff. If you saw it, then you know what I'm talking about. What else did they show? They showed some finger thing, I don't know, that takes you how you breathe or something. You can play while breathing. I don't know. I know you're like, what? But I know, it's stupid. And they also had the guy that hosts the Soup to do this, and he was pretty annoying. He was funny in parts, but he was pretty annoying. So overall, Ubisoft, kind of forgettable, except for a couple of cool little things, like Rayman coming back. Rayman's one of my favorite platformers, so, and obviously Ghost Recon, and you also got some freaking health things also in this, so whatever. Yeah, Your Shape Fitness. Anyway, if I have to give it Ubisoft, I give it a 6 out of 10. Kind of disappointing, Ubisoft. Come on, you made some great games. Sure, you showed Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and freaking Ghost Recon, but that's not enough to save an hour and a half of freaking game. All right, I mean an hour and a half. Really. Also, a couple things I want to mention. They also showed Crysis 2 in the Microsoft one. In the Microsoft one? I think so. I know I'm forgetting a lot of stuff, but, I'm just doing this on the top of my head. So, overall, E3 Day 1 was really fun, even though it could have been better. But still, a decent start for E3. And I can't wait for tomorrow and next day and the next day. Oh, it's going to be a busy day. Anyway, there you go. I just wanted to say E3 Day 1, or whatever the hell you want to call it. It's not really E3 Day 1, but I'll call it E3 Day 1 because I'm awesome. So, yeah, there you go. I'm done. See you tomorrow for E3 Day 2, and bye. If I do E3 Day 2. I might just do a wrap-up after that. So this might be an E3 Day 1, and then I'll do a wrap-up for E3 Day 2, 3, and 4. Let's see how I feel tomorrow if I want to do that. Anyway, yeah, there you go.